Well, yeah, I mean, let's just go through, I think, some of the key judgments that the Office for Budget Responsibility made, some of which I think will be seen as slightly controversial. Let's start with the growth forecast that it's got. This is how it thinks the UK economy is going to perform. What you can see there, it's the difference between the October forecast at the budget and what the OBR is saying now. So you can see this year, 2025, it's halved the growth rate of the British economy. The British economy has barely grown at all in the last 7 months.
Can I stop you for a moment there and explain why?
Bottom line, there's a lot of moving parts here, but the bottom line is, economic activity just hasn't been as strong. All the sort of dials are kind of pointing slightly in the wrong direction. Inflation has come in higher than the OBR's expected, so that's been upward pressure on prices. Businesses and consumers haven't been spending in the way that the Office for Budget Responsibility had assumed that they would, and the Bank of England has said almost as much. So, a weak growth figure for 2025, but thereafter, you've got an assumption that we bounce back to really quite high levels of growth, certainly by recent standards. The Office of Budget Responsibility has trend growth in the United Kingdom. The steady run rate, it assumes, if the British economy is firing on normal cylinders, it can grow by 1.6%. We haven't seen growth like that for years. So I would describe that forecast we've got today as optimistic. But look, hey, let's hope it does come to pass. Let's look at debt. This is why we need to hope it comes to pass, because the amount of money the British government is now spending...
Optimistic in inverted commas, Joel.
No. I'm a glass half full man.
Well,
hope dies last, Tom Bradby.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of, look at the debt, the amount of debt we are spending as a nation to service it's the interest we're spending to service debt and refinance debt. Again, it's ticking up again. By the end of the forecast period, we will be spending £131 billion a year servicing our national debt. This year, just gone, 24-25, £105 billion. Let's put that in context for you, looking at what the government's spending on debt interest. It can't spend in other areas of government. I think we can show you now, just put that £105 billion figure in some sort of context. Look at how that compares. If we can just move the chart. I know there's a bubble chart here. I'm very excited. Any minute now, it's going to animate.
We love a bubble chart.
There he goes.
Yeah.
So you can see, look at that, £105 billion worth of debt interest payments. That's bigger than the entire education budget in England. Look at the Home Office budget. It's tiny. Look at what we're spending on defence. We're having this debate now about how does the government get defence spending up to 3% of GDP. That's what we're spending currently. It dwarfs all of those. I think that's the reality that we've got to get our heads around, yeah? It's that just 4 years ago, debt interest spending was around 40 billion. Today, it's over 100 billion and growing. We desperately need inflation to come back under control and interest rates to come down in terms of the public finances.